So sorry. Hi, Izzy. Hey, Natasha. I'm very sore today. So sore. Hello, L again. Hola. Gifts. Brother, I like you with the glasses better. Thanks. That's nice of you. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I'm early. I don't know if you're early or not. Put him on while I read this thing. I always seem to have trouble connecting with you here. I don't know why. Went to that site. They stated they're 6 months booked. Let me look. They do look very good. Thank you. That's very nice. I have no clue as to why I want to say hello to you, but the keyboard doesn't come up. That's weird. So, Izzy, I'm looking at the website right now at Oakbridge, and it says that you can book. I see one available on December 9th, December 12th. Well, actually, see two on December 9th and December 12th. Yeah, two on December 9th and two. So there's 4 spots available left. Hello, Wee. My appointment is tomorrow. Very excited but nervous at the same time. It'll go great, I'm sure. Hello to me and Mr. Bailey. He's over there. So is Arlo. And of course, when I'm doing this, the cats immediately have to come and use the bathroom and start doing all that. Is it better watch on TikTok? Either way is fine. Oh, it's William. Hi, William. Either way is fine. Here or TikTok. Doesn't matter. Hello, Patty. You haven't caught my live in forever. No, you're not going to jump on me right after you were walking in the... No. He's going to try to jump on my lap after he literally just peed. Hello. Cal always takes a dump when I'm in a meeting. Yeah, I am feeling okay. Yeah, I'm feeling okay. I'm kind of sore. I'm a little bit tired. I only got like 5 hours of sleep. So I'm a little tired. Worked out this morning, so I'm like just kind of meh. But yeah, I'm here because I said I'd be. And I'm going to do some messages because I said I'd be. You drank tea in your live last night, but then couldn't sleep. Oh no. You had 0 hours of sleep. Oh my God. Hey, Alexandra. Nice to see you. I always love catching your lives. Hello, Nicole. Hi, Pam. Okay. Hey, April. Hi, I'm missing some people. Sorry. Hey, Jamie and Wayne. Hello, always admired. Hey, Jennifer. Tell them to scroll down under the fellowship ones to the student ones. Yeah, there's a link that takes you straight there. Make sure you guys, if you're trying to book a reading with, one of the advancing students, make sure you're looking at the advancing student link, not fellowship link. Couldn't sleep last night either. Yeah, it seems to be the theme. You like the color of my shirt. Today's crazy husband's birthday. Tell him happy birthday. Thanks for the shirt color compliment. Yeah, I had surgeries today. Well, I mean, I say surgeries lightly, but I had things removed from my skin. So I have like 4 stitches there. Then I had a scraping biopsy there and one on my leg. So yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm a little like right now, feeling a little loopy, lopsided right at this exact moment. So yeah, that's how I feel right now. Anyway. Yeah, everything's well. Nothing serious. None of it is serious, just preventative. So yeah, okay, I should probably get into the zone. And start doing readings. So yes, I would love to have tequila. It's my favorite thing to drink. Well, my favorite alcoholic drink. My favorite thing to drink is water, actually. Because, I'm really super exciting that way. You loved my book. Thanks, Hallie. I'm glad. Hello from Seal Beach. Hello from Orange County. Hi, first tune in here from New Jersey. Hi, Helen. Welcome. Hornitos reposado. Ooh, okay. Did you meditate before this, or can you just link in with spirit on the spot? I did not meditate before this. However, earlier today we did have home circle. So earlier today I had done something. So just a couple of readings. I'm just going to do some readings because yesterday I didn't do, hello, Joe. I didn't do any readings because I was just not feeling all that great. I was feeling a little, what was I feeling? I was feeling, my eyes were tired. My eyes were really tired and from scrolling and reading and all that stuff. I do spirit led, so I'm going to just tell you who I'm picking up on. And if you can understand the information, you're going to put hearts in the chat. And when you put hearts in the chat, it'll let me know that you can understand the person that I'm bringing through. And I'm going to try to give you as much detail as I possibly can so that we know it's going to the right person. Because with a bunch of people watching, we've got to make sure that's specific enough. You'll put hearts in the chat, and then we will have you, what will we have you do? Erica, the algorithm brought you back. You're supposed to follow me, Erica. What the heck? Just kidding. Although I'm not kidding. So I'm going to describe it, and then we're going to narrow it down. If multiple people can take the information, then I'm going to give you more information until only one of you can, or maybe just a couple of you. Then I'll bring you up onto the live, and you don't have to show your picture or anything like that. You don't have your camera on, and yeah. Okay, so give me a minute. I'm just gonna start to become sensitive. It might take me a couple minutes just because I'm just going straight into this. So I'm hoping this caffeine hits because your boy is tired. So right now I'm just attuning my awareness to who is around. If you want to send a loving thought to one of your loved ones and you want them to step forward, you can invite them to come draw close to me. You can also send a loving thought out that someone who really needs a reading tonight will get it. Okay. I know I have a lady here. She actually feels young to me. She feels like she's probably somewhere in her 20s or early 30s, or somewhere in her 30s, 20s, 30s. It's kind of hard to tell the age just by how they look. I'm not getting the actual number, but she looks young to me, somewhere 20s and 30s. It's pretty broad, but that's just how she's looking right now. She makes me feel, as she's here, she feels very outgoing. She feels warm. I heard Daisy as she came in. I was seeing a lot of this yellow black thing. Um, that was going on, but let me just let her step in. She seems very talkative. I think she had more skin color closer to mine because she looks like tan. She feels to me as though she would have been really pretty. She feels to me as though she would have been, it feels like more like a friend than anything else. Um, and as I'm feeling her, she feels very outgoing, peppy, fun, sweet, um, really enjoys a good time. She makes me feel kind of quite caring as well. I feel as though there would have been older, like a strong female lineage in her life. So I feel like grandma and mom would have been really significant to her. As I feel her, she feels like this would have been a sudden passing. This doesn't feel like an illness necessarily, but she feels as though that she would have passed kind of tragically, is the feeling that I get. She makes me feel, yeah, this feels quick. She feels like she was well when she passed. I feel as though almost I need to go to like something about knowing her in university, or that there was some sort of university connection to her. And I also can feel, let me just see where she's going. The thing that stands out about her is really her smile. Her smile is really standing out to me. Um, she is talking about 19. She keeps showing me 19. I don't think that's her age, but that made me kind of thinking about it because I know I said she was older than that. But she's showing me 19, so I wonder if this is like a significant date, or time that was important to her. I'm not sure yet, though. Let me just keep letting her come forward. I feel like she's one of 3, I want to say. And I actually want to say that she would have had like 2 brothers or something. She may have had a sister too, but I'm more aware of the brothers for some reason. Let me just see what else she's bringing here. I mean, I think the thing that's really lovely about her is just her personality. She's just bright and fun and caring and positive. So I feel very, very much like I want to say that. And I also feel here too. Give me 1 second. Well, I'm just checking there. Who can understand this information? Just put hearts in the chat, please. I don't feel like that's specific enough. I feel like I'm gonna have to give you a little bit more, but we'll see. You should be able to take all of that, including the name Erica, as well as, yeah, so you should be able to place all of that. And that's still quite a few people. The 19th or 19 should be very important here as well. If you can place that. I feel as though she has to be one of 3 is the feeling. She might have a sister. For some reason, every time I say there's her and 2 boys, I keep always wanting to say there's a female over here that's also important. For some reason, it doesn't feel quite like a sibling, but I need to mention her every single time I want to say that. So that's kind of interesting. So I want all that to make sense. So for ceremony, KB, Snicker, and KB, again, does that make sense to you, all of those pieces? Is anyone able to take all of that? If you can take all of that, please put hearts in the chat. Yeah, I said Erica. I think I said Erica. I'm pretty sure I said Erica. Hey, Kay. Kind of hard for me to remember. Really pretty. She's very pretty. Oh, I did say Daisy. Thank you. I did say Daisy. But, you know, it's funny because I do feel like I want to say there's a connection to Erica as well. But, yeah. Oh, I said Erica too. Okay, so I said Erica, and I said that I saw Daisy or something like that. Thanks everybody for clarifying for me because I can't remember these things. Who can take 100% of that or 99% of that? Hi, Lily. That is a good question. I just saw her as young. I couldn't tell if she was in her 20s or she was in her 30s because she just looks young. So it's somewhere in the middle there, probably. I'm doing all right. Roseanne, you can take 90% of it. I want to see what Snickerdoodle can take. Snickerdoodle, you said you're looking up the 19th, but can you take the rest of it? Are the siblings living? 90 to 95. I feel for sure 2 of them are. Maybe that's why I'm feeling this one other one that's like feels a little off. I'm not sure. That you can take all but the age and your name is Erica. Okay, so because you can take all but the age and your name is Erica, I might have to, you can take all but the siblings. Okay. Erica, I might have to pull you up because you're literally, I heard Erica. So I'm going to pull you up. Snickerdoodle, keep listening, okay? Hi, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
That's great. So you can understand this lady. It's kind of funny though, because Erica, I kind of felt like she looked similar to you, like as I'm seeing her.
Let me my headphones.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Hello.
That's so much better.
Sorry, can you hear me? I had to take you off my headphones.
That's okay. I can hear you perfectly fine.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. And you're able to take pretty much all of it except for the age. Is that correct?
Correct.
Can you understand her being older than the age?
Yes,
Okay.
older.
Okay. Can you also understand, though, that she would have either had a young kind of personality or she would have been youthful in some way? Because the way she was coming forward is like very vibrant and energetic and very pretty is the other thing that I have to say. And
Yes, she was very happy.
And one of the things that I was saying, you can understand then, well, Erica's obviously you. So I'm assuming because I saw that. And then the other thing that I was aware of was Daisy. Can you place Daisy at all?
No, but she loved flowers. Like in general.
Okay. Okay. Let me keep working through the information just to make sure that I'm with the right person. You can understand there being either her being one of three and two of them being boys.
I have two boys, and she's actually a twin, and it's my sister. It would be my sister.
Okay. You have two boys. I'm not 100% that it's for you though, Erica, because I want this to fit in a certain way that I can feel. But let me keep working. I'm going to check a couple things, and then let's see. So I'm just going to see, because my feeling is that this person was younger, and I do feel that there. But let me see with your sister. Would you understand with her passing that there was a suddenness to it?
Yes.
But can you also?
We didn't expect her to pass.
Can you also understand though that with your sister though that would have been something that went wrong with her body or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
that feels to me like when I'm talking to you now, I can feel a different person stepping in who feels to me. So people who are still listening to the rest of that, I'm going to come back to this communicator. But let me just because Erica is here. So with your sister, would there have been something really important about having either curly or bigger hair with her?
Yeah, we all have big hair, and she had big hair too. Okay. And I have big hair.
Because as she's coming forward, the way that I'm seeing her is very much that way, and she also feels to me as though she would have also left behind a couple of kids. Is that correct?
Step kids, not kids of her own.
Okay, but there are kids that would be her own, correct? Or not her own, her that she would have been either helping with or something like that.
Oh yeah, they lived with her.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. Because she is highlighting that, and her partner is still living, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Would you also be able to understand with her? There's something kind of fun and almost like I'm going to say spicy just because I can't think of a better word right this second. She feels kind of gregarious at times, specifically around the family, because when I feel her sort of away from the family, she's a little bit more kind of softer and subdued than I would say, but very warm, very open. Would that make sense with your sister?
Yes, 100%.
Because as I feel her, she does feel kind of gentle to me. There's like a gentleness that I want to talk about with her, and just like a high consideration. She feels to me as though someone who would have really taken others' needs into consideration. Does that make sense?
Yeah, she was the oldest. She's a twin, but she was like the oldest, and I always used to say she was born like a second before the twins. So she was like very nurturing, like mother, like to all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing that I can feel from her too is I feel as though that because of the quickness of her passing, not everybody got to say goodbye to her. Does that make sense?
That is correct.
Because she feels
make it to the hospital.
Yeah, and she's making me feel like she's wanting to tell you that that's okay, that she knows that you tried. Because it feels to me as though you wouldn't have been able to be there. I'm not sure exactly yet why, but she makes me feel as though you wouldn't have been able to be there. I feel her coming forward. Can you understand? Keeps showing me like a red heart a red heart that feels somehow connected to a memorial of her. Would you understand a red heart that makes sense connected to her? I don't know if this is like an actual like urn or something that's metallic or if this is a tattoo just yet, but I can feel that she's referring to something with her memorial or remembering her and a red heart. Does that make sense?
Yes. So right in front of me, I'm actually holding it. It's crazy you said that. She used to collect angels, and the angel that was given to me says cutie, and it has little hearts on it. It's like those sweet hearts, and it has little hearts all over it.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you.
And I keep it right next to her picture,
Yeah.
which is right in front of me, and
Yeah.
that was kind of wild.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
'cause
that's
I poured
obviously
little hearts.
that's obviously her trying to kind of acknowledge that she's aware of what you're doing right now. She also wants to talk about would it make sense that there is a son that is either staying with you that's not normally with you right now?
I have two sons, and they both stay with me, but we used to live with her too, so she was like obsessed with them, especially the youngest one. Like that was like her child almost.
She makes me feel as though she wants to reference one of them either not being there normally or they've been away or something like that. Can you understand that at all? Because there's something about this gap in time of almost like we're not, one of them feels like he's been away. Does that make sense?
We lived in the Midwest for 10 years and came back.
This is something recent.
Also.
This is something recent. This is like within the last like month or so, less than a month.
No, not that. It could be a stepson too, but I don't keep in contact with that family, and there would be like a boy she would consider a son. So, but I don't know much about that side of the family, I guess.
Okay, let me just get a little bit here. She keeps showing me like honeybees or bees or something like that. And I feel as though she's wanting to make reference. She keeps telling me like honey, 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 honey. I think she's trying to get me to honey. Would that have been something she would have either referred to people as or used that quite a bit?
No, but yesterday it was completely cold, and I live on the second floor of a building, and there was a bee like on my window, and I just couldn't figure it out. I just thought it was kind of weird.
Okay.
And now that it was like, what is this bee doing here? It was like just, and my cat kept on looking at it.
Okay.
Like, what's going on? And I thought it was weird because I kept on knocking her down, and she kept on like trying to get at it, and I'm like, you're gonna like stop.
That might be what she's referring to. I'm not 100% to be honest with you, but
I don't know. But
I do feel like she's referring to. She showed me bees, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to talk about the bees. So I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about too. Gosh, I'm just trying to get this. I feel as though with her passing, there would have been sort of this like sudden onset and then a need to kind of quickly take her to the hospital. Does that make sense to you?
She was in the hospital, passed away in the hospital, and it was like very it was very sudden.
Okay. The feeling that I'm also getting here with her is a sense of kind of responsibility around the family. Would it make sense to you that she took a role of like either a leadership role or like some sense of needing to look after everybody or take care of everybody?
Yes. She was, like I said, the oldest of twins. They're the oldest, but she was very much like the mother of the siblings, you could say.
Yeah,
so
that's
especially with her twin. I mean, it was.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely can feel that way.
Her twin was just. I mean, they even lived together, and they even lived minutes together. They called each other 100 times, and she was like very, like the mom.
Yeah, that's definitely a sense that I'm feeling from her. She's making me also aware of. Hold on, let me just see here. Would it make sense to you that when you have either moved away from where she was like interned, like after her passing, where her kind of like remains were put, that you kind of moved away from that place?
She's actually in another country.
Okay. Because the feeling that I'm getting here was this sense of like separation, in the sense that you couldn't actually like go see where she actually is.
I haven't been able to. She wanted to be. She had always said that she wanted to be where my parents were retired, which is out of the country.
Yeah.
So when she passed after the memorial, she was taken. So I have not seen where she's at. She was actually laid to rest.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I feel from her is I just feel a lot of joy and happiness from her, of just like being able to kind of come here and express this to you, that she's okay, and that it's okay that we didn't get to that you didn't get to see her, you didn't get to say goodbye, that there was that kind of quickness to her passing. But can you also understand with this illness that this would have been a progressive thing? Because even though that we weren't expecting her to pass, there's something about it that feels like there was a building momentum that occurred.
Yes,
because,
for sure.
Because as I feel this, like I can feel it sort of in my chest, I can feel it sort of expanding. Would that make any sense to you?
100%.
Yeah. And she's making me aware too. She was actually relieved when she passed, is what she makes me feel, because she was starting to be very uncomfortable and a lot of discomfort. Does that make sense?
I believe that she wanted to pass.
Yeah. There's something about
she was ready.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds kind of awful, but because obviously I miss her every single moment, every single day. But
of course,
yeah, I know.
It just feels like a relief in some way for her, and I want to say that she feels so much freedom and joy. And would it also make sense that mom is also on the other side as well?
No, my mom is still here.
She's referring to an older lady that I took for mom, that feels maybe like another mother or like a second mother, something like that. Can you understand that?
That would probably be my grandma, and they even have the same name.
Okay,
and we used to call her mom as well.
Okay, because that was the feeling that I was getting here. Is it felt like this older lady who feels quite I almost want to say no nonsense, like you didn't really want to cross her, but at the same time I feel this great warmth with her, like this strong love, if that makes sense. It's like you don't really want to piss her off. And then I also feel a sense of duty and tradition, and this strong sense of just being very certain about what her role is. And I also feel too, there's something about her being very independent as well with your grandmother. It feels as though she had to kind of rally and corral like everybody. And I feel as though it's a lot of kids that I want to rally and corral. Does that make sense to you?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Because I feel as though I feel like I need to talk about the the responsibility. I mean, just so much responsibility that I feel falls on her. And this would be your mom's mom, correct?
My dad's mom, and they're buried right next to each other.
Okay, gotcha. Because the feeling that I was getting here was she's referring to your mother, which is what made me think of saying this is mom's mom. But the feeling that I got here, as I was feeling kind of that reference to your mom, is a sense of needing to either bring her closer, like bringing your mom closer to you. Does it make sense to say that mom is either living with one of the siblings?
Yes, actually, when they come to the States, she stays with one of the siblings. Because he was extremely, extremely beyond close to my mom. She would be on the phone with her on her 10 times a day. It was kind of insane. I don't even know. I'm not even exaggerating. It was a lot.
Yeah, there's a strong feeling here that I want to mention that just feels to me like there's this great emphasis on this closeness and bringing her close and bringing her in. And then would it also make sense that we aren't getting to go see her for the holidays?
Yeah, that is correct.
Because she's making me aware that there's just a reason. She's making me feel like it's just not going to work this year, and we're not able to do that. So it's something that your sister is just making me aware of.
Yeah, nobody could actually go see her, and my parents are not here in the States for the holidays either.
Yeah, so I'm very much aware of that. What I can feel from both of these lovely ladies is just this strong love for you, and this sense of being quite proud of you and the family that you built. And she's making me aware too that over, I want to say, how long ago was that? I feel like I want to say things have been easing up for you, like from like the last like 2 years or something like that. Because like right before that felt super heavy, super stressful. Like I think that's like 2 years ago, if I'm getting that correct. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, actually, my partner, which was when you first came across my feed, I said his name was Michael, passed away 4 years ago, and I moved from the Midwest back to Arizona 2 years ago. So it was pretty.
That was the really
insane.
Difficult.
And then she passed away last year. So
yeah. So she's making me feel like things are easing up for you, and like you're kind of finding a new normal. And so she's just wanting to encourage you and just to let you know, like, this is passing. that really heavy, hard portion of this is passing here. I'm just going to see. Give me just a second. I'm just going to see if your husband is also here, but give me a second. I actually don't feel him right this second, to be honest with you, Erica. And I don't want to like try to draw him in, but
I don't think he'll come through. He never does. I don't even know how to explain it. I just know
he might do, but I don't feel him right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there if that's okay with you, Erica. I appreciate you coming up here and letting me read for you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're so welcome. All right. You have a good rest of your night, and hopefully I'll get to read you again. Because I'm going to bring your husband through some point.
I hope so. His name is Michael, but he's always very quiet.
Yeah.
And
that's probably why I don't go.
Yeah, it's very, very quiet. So maybe I'll book like a private reading.
That'd be awesome.
Because I don't see him just coming through like that. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, Erica. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, I have to let Miranda in here, guys. Hold on one second. Yeah, that was literally how he looked at you. Okay, I'm back. Okay, is Snickerdoodle Co. still here? Nicole just said, Miranda.
Hello.
Nicole from the gym.
Where is she?
She's listening on
Oh
Instagram.
my god, hi Nicole.
Do we have Homegirl? Do we have Snickerdoodle here up in the house? Snickerdoodle, did you leave? I didn't want you to leave, baby. There you are. Okay, I'm bringing you up. Hello.
Hello.
So you could understand the original information that I was giving, correct?
Correct.
Okay, because I do feel like I can still connect in with this. This would have been a young lady, correct?
Correct.
And you'd also understand kind of that funny, warm, sociable disposition and very pretty.
Yes.
I also feel here too, would she have been more of like an olive complexion?
I think so from what I can remember, like a little bit more darker,
Yeah.
but still white.
Yeah. And then can you also understand too, with her passing, this would have been quite sudden.
Yes.
Would it make sense that this would have been either some kind of like, I don't know, it feels sharp. Like the ending feels quite sharp. I don't have quite yet what the ending was, but I do feel that. Does that make sense?
I can understand that.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. It almost feels like it feels like this. It's like just suddenly it was done. It didn't feel like there was like a lingering period necessarily. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
As I feel her too, there's I don't know, she's also focusing on her hair, and I keep wanting to like pull it back and like put it up and like these kinds of things. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
And I also feel like I need to talk about really being mindful about my makeup and the way that I look. And she feels to me quite, I guess, fit. Maybe is the word. I don't know. Would that make sense
Yes.
with her?
Yep.
And then the other thing that I feel with her, would you be able to take the 3 siblings, like being one of 3?
I know she had a stepbrother
Okay.
that I'm aware of, and I can't recall.
I just
they're
feel as though that there would
other.
be another male sibling. So if you don't know that off the top of your head, that's okay. But I do feel like I want to talk about that. The other thing that I can feel with her, let me just feel her just a little bit more. Would you be able to place the daisy at all?
I'm trying to recall.
It seemed
A
more
daisy?
like the flower than it did
Yeah.
the name per se, but it just seemed more like a daisy flower.
I know that I have a daisy tattoo.
That may be what she's trying to get at. Why she would refer to you. That could be. That could be. Okay, cool. Okay, I like that. That fits for me. Okay, and then would you also be? I'm just gonna get her a little bit closer because right now she's just a little bit back. Let me just let her step in here. You don't understand this as a friend, though?
Yes.
Okay, great. And then would you also understand that the 19th or something connected to 19 being connected between the two of you?
I am trying to recall because it was back in college.
Perfect, because that was one of the things that I was feeling. I said earlier that there would have been some sort of college connection.
Yeah, and I know she had a favorite Bible verse, and I can't recall what that one was.
Okay, that's
so
okay.
I don't. It might be mixed in.
Sure. The other thing that I can feel with this lady. Okay, would there also be? I don't know if this is Chrissy or Christina that would have been connected to you guys. Chrissy or Christina. I don't know if that's a bit of ways to think back on. And then I also feel like I want to talk about John.
About what?
About John?
I believe that was her boyfriend.
Okay. Okay, so let me just keep going here. As I'm feeling her step in a little bit closer to me, one of the things that stands out to me is her heart. She's really showing me her heart. And I feel like that's symbolic of her personality, like someone who really tried to kind of lead with her heart. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, that does.
She feels to me charitable, gentle, like, but she kind of could also be a little bit crazy, like in the sense that she could have a good time. She could be fun. She could be jokey and silly and all of those sorts of things. Does that make sense to you?
100%.
She's kind of laughing. Hold on, let me just see what that is. Can you also understand? I know you mentioned her having a favorite Bible verse, but can you also understand either Bible study or like church going or something like that that you would have actually participated in with her?
Not that, but I did participate in like something with her. But yes,
Okay. The feeling that I was getting here is that it's kind of built around hold on, let me just see how I describe this. It feels like it's built around a community. Like that's what I need to talk about. It's like feeling like I'm connected to a cute community. Does that make sense to you?
yes,
And it
yes,
feels
100%.
to me it's like it's a group, and I feel like I want to emphasize women with this group. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Because I can just feel her wanting to bring that around. Would there also be like a Brie or a Brielle or Brienne or something like that? The BRI feels important.
Yes.
You can remember that. Okay. Because you just said that there. And then but I feel like this was a while ago. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
This feels like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something like that.
2010, I believe.
Okay, so I don't know the math there. Like, what year am I in? 2025 minus 15. Wait, we're 2024. So yeah, around that time. So it's what it is. Okay, cool. Yes. Okay, perfect. And then the other thing that I can feel from her is, do you know if there would have been something that was sung for her?
Yes.
Because it almost feels like a group of people singing, or there's someone, like, I feel like it's a group and I can hear singing. So I can't tell if the group is singing or if someone is singing in front of a group. Would you understand that? Or it's like
I understand singing.
Okay. Would there also be like a chant? I know this sounds kind of crazy now, but would there also have been like a chant or a phrase or a saying that we would all say?
Yes.
I don't know. Again, it's like she's just sort of bringing that in there too. That feels separate from like a memorial or something like that. But can you understand at her memorial there'd have been singing or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, there was.
And then I also feel here too, I want to mention, like, I'm pointing to you. As I feel her, she feels like your friend, but I don't necessarily feel like the feeling of like best friend. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it
Like,
does.
it feels like we're in the same group and I feel like we're connected in that way, but I don't get the sense of like, this is like my super close friend. This just feels like this is someone that I know. This is someone that I connected with. We had fun times together. We did activities together. That's more of what it feels like. Does that make sense?
100%.
Okay. And as I feel her too, it's interesting because I feel as though she would have been in a relationship, but I don't feel like she got to the point where she had any kids. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Because I do feel as though there's like that loss and all of that around that. And for some reason, she's really wanting to show me a car. And I feel as though I want to be in the car with my boyfriend. Would you understand that? I feel as though that she's taking me to a memory. Would you understand that there would have either been a long drive, and I feel almost as if I'm going towards a coast or a country? Like, I feel as though I'm going away from like the main place that you guys would have known each other.
Yeah. Yep.
And I can feel this sort of like happy memory sort of thing. Would you also understand that there was like, she would either talk about, or there was literal talks about engagement or something like that?
Yes.
Because she makes me feel as though she was like very excited about something that was coming, and she like kind of knew where her life was going before this happened. Would you understand that?
Yes. Yep.
She makes me feel too. What is it? L. Something with an L. Hold on. I'm getting part of it. Lyra. Something with an L. It feels like a last name, actually.
Lawrence?
Well, it sounds like an L and an R sound. So is her last name Lawrence?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. Great. Got that. I'll take that one because I was like, I wanted to say like Larry, but I was like, it's not Larry. It's like Larry, Lyra, Laura. Yeah. So, okay, cool.
I mean, mine is also Larson too. So
Okay. So it's like kind of all sort of in there. Which I can feel it. She's kind of chuckling from this a little bit. Like, I think she's actually getting a little bit of a kick out of this because I feel as though this would have been the first time she's coming through to you. Does that make sense to you?
The second.
The second.
She
okay.
came through briefly once before.
Okay, but she didn't get to kind of come in this much. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then the other thing that I can feel here too, she kind of points to you, and there's a little bit of, what is that emotion she's impressing me? Hold on. What is this? She's talking about, it feels like arriving in some way for you in your life. And she wants to talk about your own either business or your own building up of your, the feeling, that word I want to, it's coming to me right now is like empire. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but there's just this feeling here of wanting to talk about the business or the work that you're doing. And it feels different from almost like a main job. Gosh, I don't know if I'm getting this right. It almost feels like a side project or something like that that's building or growing. Does that make sense to you?
Yep, I get that 100%.
And I want to say it's like a side project. It's like I have my main job, but then I have this other thing that I'm slowly building. And she's wanting to encourage you to like continue down that road.
Yep.
And it's interesting because I feel as though there's something that you do yourself or like with a group of people that feels related to this side project, and there's something to do with like online or getting it out there online or something. Does that make sense to you?
I literally was sitting on the couch thinking about a cup that I just did and needing to post it online today, this afternoon. So yes.
Okay, perfect. Because I can feel her kind of referencing that, and clearly she was aware of you doing that. And so, again, I kind of feel like she's giggling about this. Like, I think she thinks this is kind of funny, like to be coming through like this. It's kind of funny. Would it make sense that this wouldn't have necessarily been something she would have done, like in her own life?
I can't recall.
Okay. I don't know. There's just something she's kind of getting a kick out of it, and so that's why I was like, why is this so funny to you? The other thing that I want to say here, hold on. She's pointing to someone else. There's a gentleman and there's a lady also here for you. I'm just trying to get a sense of who these two people are. They do feel older generation, so I'm just kind of letting them. The gentleman seems to be coming forward a little bit more, and there's something kind of very upright about him and almost dutiful in some way. And I don't know if this would be connected to, I don't want to say I don't know. It feels almost as if there could have been either some sort of service of some kind that he would have done. Does that make sense with someone you know in spirit?
Yes.
It's almost like military, but I don't know that it is military, is the feeling that I get here.
Yes.
I also feel with this, I don't know, I'm also saying this is like a grandfather is the feeling that I get. Does that make sense to you? Okay. And for some reason, I feel like I need to talk about dad as well. As I'm saying this, so I don't know if this is dad's dad, but it feels to me like I want to talk about either distance or separation from dad. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
And I would be referring to your distance or separation. Does that make sense?
Correct.
Okay. And he's also making me aware of, gosh, I almost want to say there's like a chunk of the early part of your life where you would have had to have been particularly independent, but I want to say with like the last, like, I don't know if it's 6 years or something like that, it feels less so. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You sure? Because that was kind of not sure.
I was trying to think back to like when I moved out here and that kind of stuff. So yes.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So just getting a sense of this here. I feel as though I want to just keep encouraging you from your friend because I feel as though that there's a lot of opportunity for you over here in this project thing that you're working on. There's this strong feeling here of you finding, I don't want to say like a way out, but I need to almost say a way out of like what you're currently doing that doesn't necessarily feel as fulfilling. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna see if there's any last things that she wants to give. Did you also have? Hold on, what is that? I just heard. I don't know if my brain is being drawn to something that I just read, or if it's something I need to say. Would cook make any sense to you?
Cook?
Yeah, cook.
Yes.
I almost feel like I need to say that's a name, though.
A name?
Yeah. If it's not a name, but you can understand it as relating to something I was just talking about, then that's okay. But does cook make sense to you if I say that?
Not a name, but it, in particular to the, my grandmother.
Your grandmother, okay. Let me just see. Would there be, I don't know if this is Elizabeth or Betty connected here too? Eliza? I don't know. It's something that like something like that. I'm not sure. I don't think that's your grandma's name. I'm not saying that that's your grandma's name, but I feel like connected to her. Ibilla? I don't know. I'm keep getting these different sounds. It's not clear enough.
Eileen?
That's not necessarily what I was saying, but I appreciate you trying. Because I was like,
the only thing I could think of.
yeah, no, I appreciate you. You're so sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there rather than try to kind of like pull on this thread a little bit. So if it's all right with you, I actually don't know your name. I'm just calling you Snicker.
Nikki.
Nikki?
I'm Nikki. Yes.
Awesome, Nikki. Well, hopefully you got something out of that. If there's anything you want to validate, you're welcome to do so now. But you don't have to.
Yeah, so it was my friend Jessica in college. We were in a we were in a club together that like planned a lot of activities for the school. And so that's how we met. And we went to a Catholic school, university.
I see, okay.
And so there was religion in there as well. And she was closer to one of my roommates, Steph.
Gotcha.
And Kayla.
Gotcha.
But we had because we were all part of that.
Okay, awesome.
Met through there. And she died in a car accident.
That's the car part. Okay, great.
Yeah, when she was, I think, coming back from school or going to school or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was like.
So
that was this feeling.
Yes, it was definitely, instant.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on here, Nikki. I appreciate you letting me read you and give you a message today.
Yes, thank you.
You're so welcome. I hope you have a great rest of your evening.
You too.
Awesome. Bye. Okay. So there you go. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna leave it there. So that was my makeup because I didn't do readings yesterday. If you're not following me, do give me a follow so that way you can know when I'm going live, which is usually Mondays around 6:30 or 7. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and make sure that I did readings because last week I didn't do that. You're so welcome, Nikki. That was amazing. Needed it. I'm so glad you got it. That makes me happy. But I want to say thank you to everyone who's participating, coming here, liking the live, sharing everything. That's really appreciated. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm usually on Mondays, so if you want to hear from me then I'll see you then. Give me a like, give me a follow, and I will see you next time. Thank you.